People are thirsty for simplicity. It is a good thing that people thirst for simplicity. They have even come to the point of making simplicity a style, although they may not feel very simple themselves. Some come to the holy mountain with washed out and shabby clothes. I say to myself, these people do not work in the fields. Why do they dress this way? When a person comes from a village, he speaks like a villager. That's his accent. You enjoy hearing him for this reason, it's natural. But when someone is faking the accent, you feel like throwing up. Then you have some visitors who come dressed up in a suit and tie. We go from the one extreme to the other. One person had 6 or 7 ties with him. Once a man was putting on a suit and a tie, and someone asked him why he was dressing up. I'm going to see Father Paisios, he said. So why are you dressing up like that? Because I want to honor him, was his answer. When people think this way, you know we are in trouble. The reason we see so much hooliganism around us is because true simplicity is absent. When spiritual people do not live a truly simple life, but remain impenetrable, they cannot help our youth. Since today's youth have no examples, they act like hooligans. When young people see unapproachable, aloof Christians, people who look so tightly squeezed, choked by their ties, as if they have come out of a mold, they see no difference between them and secular men. It is natural for them to rebel. Had they been exposed to the good simplicity of spiritual people, they would not have reached this point. Now, however, our youth have the secular spirit, while our Christians have adopted the secular order. This is the way Christians are supposed to walk. This is the way they are supposed to talk, to do this and that. Young people can see that those who follow rules don't follow them out of true piety, but simply because that's the way it should be. This is why young people react the way they do and say, "What nonsense is this? How can they go to church choked by their ties? Forget it. I am getting out of here." Then they start taking off everything and going around naked. Don't you see what is happening? They go from one extreme to the other. It's all a reaction. They have values and ideals, but no morals to emulate. I feel so sorry for them. This is why it is so important to arouse their philorimo and move them with the sincerity and simplicity of our lives. If they see that priests and spiritual people use a secular disciplinary system to restrain them, they will be indignant. But if they encounter unassuming modesty, simplicity, and sincerity, they will begin to question their own lives. We are truly simple and humble when we are sincere and do not attach importance to ourselves. The peace that we then feel within is perceived and appreciated by others. You see, people can tell if you really feel their pain. They also know right away when you are pretending. Any bum from the street is a better man than a Christian who is a hypocrite. For this reason, never give people a fake smile, but always be natural. Avoid malice and hypocrisy. Be full of love and sincerity. I am really moved when I see respect and true love when a person behaves simply and avoids formalities. For otherwise, when it's all a front, we end up being human only in appearance. We are really putting on a show like carnival clowns. The soul of a true human being is beautiful and full of inner purity. This beauty is present not only within the soul, it carries over into one's appearance. The divine sweetness of God's love is so pervasive that we can see it in a person's face. Our soul's inner beauty, in addition to beautifying and sanctifying us, even alters our appearance, betraying the presence of God's grace in us. Our clothing may be poor and ugly, but it will appear beautiful and holy to those who meet us. Father Tychon used to sew his own monastic caps using cloth from worn-out cassocks. The caps he made looked like bags, but when he wore them, they emitted so much grace. No matter how old or badly sewn his clothes were, they were made beautiful by the beauty of his soul. Once a visitor photographed him wearing one of those bag-like caps and a pajama top that the visitor had thrown across his back because he had noticed that the father was feeling cold. Everybody who now sees this picture is convinced that Father Tychon is wearing a bishop's mandia, when in fact it's only a colorful pajama top that he has on. People approached even his rags with reverence and wanted to take a piece for a blessing. The worth of a single blessed man like Father Tychon, who changed his inner man and thus became holy also in appearance, is far greater than the worth of so many others who are constantly changing clothes but maintain within the same man the old passion-filled self buried under layers of sin.